Today I'm out in the workshop and I'm getting ready to touch up a blade, getting ready to put a final edge on it on a 4,000 grit Japanese Waterstone. And today I'm not going to do a how-to sharpening, although I'm going to sharpen a knife. I'm not going to get into specifics of basically the stone, what kind of stone it is. I'm not going to, give brand names or anything like that. I wanted to talk about this. This I think will help you out a little bit when you're sharpening, and if you don't want to spend a ton of money for a base, a Waterstone base, this is an easy way for you to stabilize your sharpening stone. Now, a lot of the Waterstones come with a base, a lot of them don't. And the way I do it when I'm using the Japanese Waterstones and I'm out in my shop is I clamp this in the vise. Now, if your vise opens wide enough, this will fit right in the vise. It'll stabilize the stone, makes it easier for sharpening. Now, depending on the size of your stone, the few that I have are about 8 inches long. One's 10 millimeters thick, one's 20 millimeters thick, and these little pieces of wood will keep it from going back and forth when you're sharpening. Now I made this out of scrap wood. I believe this is about a 1/2 inch thick piece of poplar, just scrap I had laying around, and 2 little pieces of, these are Osage actually. Now I just glued these in place. It's not precise, so it's so tight in here, you gotta push the stone in. It leaves a little gap here, which it would be okay. You can still sharpen with it, but I also, when the stone's in here, stick another piece of wood. You could stick anything in there to stabilize it, really. Piece of rubber, whatever. I'll set it up in the vise, and I'll show you exactly how I use this. All right, so here's that piece of wood I was talking about. And I got the vise opened up, wider than a piece of wood. So all I do is I just put it in here, just clamp it. Now you can see it's in there. I'll do another adjustment here so you can see it better. So here it is all clamped in. You can see it's stable, it's not going anywhere. And now I have the stone in the block of wood. Now you can see there's a little play in there. I mean, you could sharpen with it, I've done it. This is a 20 millimeter thick Japanese Waterstone. It's been soaking in water, so it's ready to use. I'm gonna put a little piece of wood in here. It'll stabilize it a little more, so it doesn't move back and forth. Now, I haven't tried this particular piece of wood on a tabletop, or say, for instance, a kitchen table or something like that. But have used stones many times on a flat surface by just putting a towel underneath. You could probably do the same with this block to raise the stone up. Put a towel under it, something that will give a little bite to keep the stone from going back and forth. Now you can see I stuck a piece of wood in here. It's just a piece of wood, scrap piece of wood. Got it kind of tapered so it works as like a wedge. And there's no movement in the stone. Hangs out a little bit here on the end, but that's okay. So this is the knife I'm going to sharpen on the 4,000 grit Japanese Waterstone. This is one of my mountain carry skinners, Tiger Maple, 1095 high carbon steel. It does have an edge on it. I just want to refine it a little bit more, and I wanted to help you out and show you what you could do with this base and a stone. All right, so it's all set up. Knife's ready. Here we go. Now I'm just doing single strokes on the blade. I just want a nice refined finish on the final edge here. You can see there's no movement in the stone. It's solid, nothing going on. Works out pretty good. Now you could do this same thing with, I would say, most stones. I mean, make a base, measure the stone, get a rough idea if you got scrap wood laying around. Or you could, you know, really make a nice base if you wanted to. It's not that difficult to make. Now I'm going to strap this a little bit on this stone. Instead of using the leather strap here. This is a 4,000 grit stone, so should be fine. Run it through some paper here in a minute and see how sharp that is. All right, I got some brown paper here. I mean, it's similar to like newsprint or something. It might be a hair thicker. It's pretty sharp. So that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching.